Welcome to the Waypoint, a short monthly dose of outdoor and adventure travel industry news and analysis from industry thought leaders who give us their real-time insights regarding trends impacting your business as the year progresses. We'll drop an outdoor Waypoint episode on the first Wednesday of each month, adventure travel on the second Wednesday of each month, product trends on the third Wednesday of each month, and we're trying to record live at a venue or campsite near you on the fourth Wednesday of each month. Hit us up if you'd like to host us or have an adventure we need to join. This episode of Waypoint from the Outdoor Biz Podcast is our monthly update on trends and analysis in the outdoor space. Today I'm speaking with Colin Moynihan from Uncle Dan's. Colin was a guest on episode 48 back in November. We talk about how the year is progressing for Uncle Dan's, some of the omni-channel tactics we presented at the Winter OR show, and much, much more. Morning, Colin. Welcome to Waypoint from the Outdoor Biz Podcast. This is our monthly outdoor version of that. How's it going since OR with life at Uncle Dan's? You guys been busy?
Everything's been going very well here at Uncle Dan's and in the Chicago area. Quite busy. Busy exploring some new opportunities that have come our way in the last 6 months.
Very cool. And dealing with some weather. You guys seem to be getting the never-ending winter, huh?
Yeah, we really haven't had a touch of spring quite yet. Being early April, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but it'll come soon enough.
Yeah, good, cool.
Flop leather's on the way.
Yep, exactly. It'll be there before you know it. So let's see. Last time we got together, we were at Outdoor Retailer. We had a panel conversation where we discussed 5 tactics to implement in the age of Amazon. Which of those have you focused on over the past couple months? And that maybe before, let's refresh everyone. The tactics are paradigm shift. We all know that, the retail world is shifting to more online than it ever has before. The second one is path to purchase. You want to make it easy for the consumer to purchase. The third is the 50-50 rule, where 50% of your business, your retail business, should have some component of digital. Frictionless experience. They should be able to buy whatever they want to buy online easily, no friction, and everybody's a VIP. You come up with gaming tactics and things that everybody gets to play and be a special person. So have you guys implemented any of those? I mean, you guys are doing a lot of those. Have you shifted your focus towards any one of those since OR?
Yeah, I would say we touch on all of those, right. In some way or the other, some getting more focus than others. But I think path to purchase and frictionless shopping experience are really the two that probably have taken up the most focus lately. Mm-hmm. I mentioned when we were at the Outdoor Retailer show that Uncle Dan's had recently acquired Erewhon Mountain Outfitters out of Chicago, and they're a 4-store outdoor specialty chain, just like Uncle Dan's was a 4-store outdoor specialty chain. Last October, we're now 5 stores, but integrating the Erewhon business and the Uncle Dan's businesses together and kind of bringing our teams together and our stores together under one operating system has been a really interesting experience.
I can imagine.
I think I had mentioned that Erewhon, so they were started in 1972, just like Uncle Dan's. Right. Two really great visionary leaders, these guys that Brent Weiss and Rudy Mayer, that really were some of the pioneers that started the specialty outdoor industry in the same year, 1972. And while Erewhon's a bit more of maybe the traditional outdoor store, offering lifestyle outdoor apparel, but also kayaks and roof racks and some of the more traditional gear items, where Uncle Dan's is maybe a little more of the outdoor lifestyle with a bit of an urban twist business. We still have a huge overlap of brands and products that we sell. And one of the things we've done is bring Erewhon onto our current business system. And that also means bringing their inventory onto one shared website.
Wow, huge challenge, I can imagine.
We're kind of experimenting with. We've rebranded the udans.com website to show kind of both logos at the top, which you don't see that done much, and it's probably a short-term thing where we'll get to the point where we have the 2 distinct websites, but with a shared back end. But what we've been able to do really is leverage that inventory now that is in 4 Erewhon stores and 5 Uncle Dan's stores. Right. So we've got really twice as much inventory available to sell online, which has just been great. It's paid dividends already, getting them onto our system. But also with the kind of frictionless shopping experience and path to purchase changes, now our Erewhon customers can go on the site and shop with us and look up products and see right away which stores they're available in out of the 9 now in the Chicagoland area. So it's really opened up, I think, our customer base and the opportunities to connect with our customers.
Have you seen more traffic? Online. More web traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet.
We have. And it partly is from organic. I think there's still some work to do always, with a company our size, driving that organic traffic and recognition.
Yeah.
But then this part of it's the numbers game too, and just having more available inventory and doing, your job to get it out there through paid search as well.
So what percentage of your inventories were crossover? 50%? Less than 50%? Meaning you both carry the same brands.
There was actually about an 80% overlap in the brands that we carry, but that was a bit deceiving. So initially it made me think that our style selection would have been about that as well.
Be easy.
The style selection part is a little different, and so we found that to be a little more than 50% overlap.
Gotcha.
So it's exciting for our teams though too, because now they get to learn. The Uncle Dan's staff is working out of the Erewhon stores and vice versa, and they're learning about new products and brands, and we're just experimenting with ways that our businesses can work together, but still have the distinct, Erewhon brand experience and Uncle Dan's brand experience, and all in one.
Yeah, cool. Hang on one second. My dad's coming up in the elevators and making noise. I'm gonna have to edit this out. So you had a lot of. Did you have IT guys, or do you have people on staff that were helping you with this migration? How'd that all come about?
We had a small army of people in our office that helped with some basic data entry and data conversion type processes. But otherwise, with our cloud-based system, NetSuite, we're able to open new point of sales in stores on our own. With our director of retail operations has kind of become the de facto IT person. And that's one of the things we've enjoyed about our platform is that we can scale. And that's something we'll talk about here in a second. But that's something we're planning to do with more stores in the future. And we think we can leverage what we have existing now for our infrastructure.
That's good. So that made it a little less painful, I would imagine.
Certainly. Certainly much less painful. In a way, we looked at it like we're adding four new stores, though they obviously are much more than new stores with all their history and customer base and loyalty.
Right. Good for you. Yeah. So you were telling us a little bit about scale. So how's that going? You're able to scale up?
Yeah. So that, I guess, leads into you were saying before, what's one of sort of the more exciting things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we have a great opportunity right now, and we think we have a demand in the Chicagoland and general Midwest area to expand our store base even more. So we've got 2 new Erewhon locations in the works in the Chicago area, and 2 new Uncle Dan's locations in the works in the
Chicago for you.
area.
Yeah, that's exciting.
We're all in on brick and mortar as long as we keep the web and sort of interconnectivity part in play as well. That's where.
And so what are consumers saying as they come in the stores and shop online? Do they come in the stores and look at what they want and go home and buy it online? Or how's that all coming down?
It runs the full spectrum there.
I can imagine.
But more and more, especially over the last 2 years, our customers have often gone to our website. And now the Erewhon customers have that opportunity as well.
Yeah.
So I think the path starts there. More often than it did in the past, but that's still probably, less than a third. And then the other set of customers have known us locally or find us, through Google searches for their local business or through locally.com. And one additional thing we're proud of being able to do is with our 9 stores, we still have a distribution setup where a customer, maybe they can't find their size, has that option where we can place the order for them and ship it from one of our other stores.
Oh,
right
yeah,
to
we were
their
talking
house.
about that at the panel.
Or,
yeah, right.
or have it available in their home store, usually within 24 hours. You know, we have one store in Milwaukee that's a little further away, so logistically a little more challenging.
And are you guys marketing specifically to the Chicagoland folks? Or are you broadening out to try to go get more national exposure?
Well, when you talk about sort of that 50-50 split with digital spend,
yeah,
I mean, we still that digital spend component for our web advertising is certainly a national effort.
Yeah.
But then we've integrated, you know, social media, Facebook, or other traditional forms of advertising, which is completely directed at that Chicago customer in the Chicagoland area.
Right. And are you doing anything on Facebook and Instagram, you know, with coupons and special deals to kind of give everybody who's, you know, in the know the VIP special treatment?
Yeah, we have sort of a weekly cadence, and it's not always an offer necessarily, but we're learning along probably with anyone else in the specialty small business side of things how to geo-target a little bit better and how to more effectively get to that customer that's the more relevant customer.
Right.
Versus, I mean, we're sending a mailer out for a couple of our stores that have been a little slower lately this week. So we still do some of that more traditional stuff, but it's really less and less.
Yeah, good. And how's the year shaping up for you guys?
Great in the sense that I think we've got a lot of exciting projects going on right now.
Yeah.
The one I'm excited about all of it, but we're opening a store in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
It's a former REI location.
Okay.
REI vacated. They're opening a store a little bit north, but it's a 22,000 square foot format, and most Uncle Dan stores are between 5,000 and 10,000 square feet. Erewhon's the biggest Erewhon gets up right now to about 12,000. So this is, for all of us, just a really exciting opportunity to attempt to take what we do with that specialty mindset, that customer experience mindset, and do it on a slightly larger scale where we can roll in some brand new categories that we've not experimented with, or at least I haven't. Like, we'll have a good sized bike section and kayak and paddleboard section, and we're going to dabble with ski and snowboard because we have some partner companies in our world right now that we can work with there. So there's a lot of testing going on, but we're super excited to have that opportunity.
Yeah,
to try to create something kind of new there.
So with your connection to Camping World, has there been any conversation about dabbling in some of these new small footprint trailers? You know, I know REI had that pop-up tent trailer at a couple of their, main store locations. Have you guys explored that at all?
Probably more on a one-off basis. We certainly have a number of ideas for how we can utilize Camping World in the RV business.
Right.
Whether we show up at the outdoor retailer show with a few RVs and, have some vendors come visit with us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it.
Or have special events this summer at our stores where we roll in those kind of fun add-ons there that tie in with the larger Camping World organization.
Right. Has there been any Erewhon or Uncle Dan's product morph into the Camping World stores? I mean, those guys,
no,
I don't want to throw those guys under the bus, but man, going and looking at a trailer or something is like going on a used car lot. And some of the stuff that they have, they could learn a lot from the outdoor world because it's so lightweight, small, compact equipment that you need to carry that in a trailer, even like you carry it on your backpack. You want to keep it light and tight, and there's a lot of opportunity there, it seems like to me.
Certainly. If we've done this, sort of gone through somebody who lives the RV lifestyle and is going to national parks or just traveling the country. And if you go through their gear list of what they're carrying, there's a huge crossover that perhaps hasn't been leveraged fully in like a Camping World type retail environment. So I think there will be a lot of knowledge sharing in that regard. At the same time, we're going to, our specialty outdoor business is a different and distinct segment of the outdoor industry, and we're going to intentionally keep that intact and really focus on making sure that we keep doing what Erewhon and Uncle Dan's have done now for the last almost 50 years.
Yeah, right. And did you pick up any new brands coming out of OR?
Let's see. Not a whole lot of new brands. We're growing. There's a few brands for us that are just on fire right now.
Right.
So bigger guys like an Arc'teryx, that I think do a great job.
Yeah.
Or even then a smaller guy like a Cotopaxi who's got a fun story and everyone's kind of intrigued by right now.
Yeah, cool.
Based on their unique product. Yeah. But the crossover between Uncle Dan's and Erewhon is really where we've all of a sudden gotten exposure to some new brands, like a Royal Robbins, for example, with Uncle Dan's that we never really tried in the past. But
gotcha.
Gives you that chance to look with a, maybe a little bit different lens.
Yeah.
Where we can take some chances.
Yeah. And what are some headwinds that have surprised you other than winter? Never ending.
Yeah, that's really been the main one, I think. When you start to set your floor for spring and spring doesn't arrive.
Right.
But I think we're doing our best to sort of offset that. We were able to make some sort of strategic buys in the winter to have some margin enhancement when we come into these markdown type months.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So we're feeling okay right now. Traffic patterns are pretty good still, despite the slow spring, and sales are hanging on. So we're happy and feeling fairly optimistic right now.
Good. Well, good for you. Well, it's been great talking with you as usual. I'm sure I'll see you at OR in the summer, and we'll link to all this in the show notes. We'll put your LinkedIn. How can people follow up with you if they have some specific questions? LinkedIn's the best?
Yeah, LinkedIn's probably the best. Colin.Moynihan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy. Or they can always email me. My easy email now is colin@erewhon.com. So
okay.
EREHWON.com. Right. The word nowhere spelled backwards.
Right. We'll link to that in the show notes too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Colin. It's been great.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
All right. Have
a
good one.
Talk to you soon.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
If you want more of The Waypoint, you can subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher, or go to theoutdoorbizpodcast.com, where you find all the episodes, show notes, and much, much more. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Outdoor Biz Podcast, Twitter at Rick_Saez, that's SAEZ, and by email at rick@theoutdoorbizpodcast.com. Thanks for listening and all the support. A huge shout out to all my guests, and until next time, make time to get outside.